hoping. But I hope it solves and his wish will come to pass.
All right, gentlemen, let's move straight to our next conversation. Regional security frameworks rely on collaborations, share intelligence and joint military operations to combat insurgency. The recent exit of Niger Republic, Mali and Burkina Faso from ECOWAS threatens to weaken these coordinated efforts. Nigeria's chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, has raised concern over the impact of this withdrawal on counter-insurgency operations, especially on the multinational joint task force. He added that with Chad's consideration of a withdrawal, the joint task force capacity will be further weakened, placing greater responsibility on Nigeria's military. I'll start with you, Charles. Yes. How concerning is this revelation by the Chief of Air Staff?
I'm also very concerned because when you look at what's happening now, it's said that we are beset by so many things, particularly the loss of very strategic regions within the ECOWAS sub-region. For instance, we've lost. What I mean the ECOWAS. We've lost the Sahel region,
states,
the Sahel states, Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, and these are very strategic to us because when you're having things to do with insecurity, they only provide buffers. You remember what Chad did for us before Idris Deby?
Yeah, Idris Deby, exactly.
Yes, exactly. So if we had in that cooperation and support of Chad, we wouldn't have been able to, to get the victory we got during that time. Now, ECOWAS, for instance, ECOWAS will have 15 member states, of which will have 8 French-speaking, 3 Portuguese-speaking, and then 5 or 4 English-speaking. Now, I'm also just praying. I'm praying that they won't have this linguistic affinity towards the Mali, and they have that sentiment that all of them who are speaking French was okay. They want to align this Sahel, because even when all these things happen, they questioned Nigeria's whether Nigeria was even actually with them or so, And then when ECOWAS was formed in 1975, if I'm not mistaken, there were three main. You had the three main focus on number one, maintenance of regional peace, then security and stability, and then you also have the promotion and strengthening of good neighborliness. Good neighborliness has to do with integration of all these countries you have together. If Mali is fighting, you have fighting insurgency, there will be Burkina Faso to help them. And you remember the ECOWAS, yes. when Liberia was almost overrun, by the ECOWAS came, and which was led by Nigeria because of this regional cooperation and integration. Now, you also have UNAMSI of the United Nations mission in Sierra Leone, which of course Nigeria also championed. So it was because of this integration and unity amongst the member states. But now that you are now having a kind of disintegration and then dismemberment of ECOWAS region, is going to be a problem because the Sahel state actually posing a big challenge to us, which is what the Chief of Air Staff is saying right now.
Now, Tony, with the Sahel states opting out and Chad also considering, withdraw, what other options do we have on the table?
ECOWAS doesn't have an option than to see ways or seek ways of amending, or retracing his steps. We have ECOWAS, we have OAU, now African Union. But most times we've had challenges across the states. How did these regional organizations assist? Okay, I can say, okay, during ECOMOG, during Liberia and all that, Nigeria has always been at the forefront. And most times we fund this, especially ECOWAS, we fund this group. But in recent times, with what is going on within Nigeria, with insurgency and all that, and this counter-insurgency, I was expecting a strong ECOWAS, a strong military coordinated by ECOWAS to fight this terrorism that we're currently facing in Africa, in Nigeria mostly. The exit of Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali, and Chad considering, will not do ECOWAS any good. Before, people don't rely on ECOWAS. ECOWAS has been headquartered in Nigeria for a long time, and Most Africans don't value ECOWAS. So how do we fortify ECOWAS? How do ECOWAS come together for the rest of Africa to recognize that? You can't sit and watch, we are talking about 15-member ECOWAS states here, and they're exiting. What I advocate, and I keep advocating, is peace. They may have reasons why they want to exit. The point, you know, I don't want to emphasize on it too much. What we can do now is to see how we can bring them together, bring them back, because we need that energy together to battle this insurgency.
Another
Otherwise,
thing that has come out of this
because if you don't do it, just as Charles said, more countries within the region, within the regional bloc, may want to toe that part, and it may not be in the interest of ECOWAS. All
right, let me go to BK. BK, how concerning is this revelation by the Chief of Air Staff? And also, now that the Sahel states are leaving, Chad is also, what other options do we have on the table?
No, it's a very difficult situation that we found ourselves. I believe that we should continue to engage those countries, hope that they will come back to the fold. If they do not come back to the fold, our options are limited. You look at the multinational joint task force with headquarters in Jamena and always commanded by a Nigerian general. If Chad were to leave, then it leaves us with just Cameroon to work with in the multinational joint task force. I don't know how we can deal with that situation. You look at a country like Niger Republic. It shares borders with Nigeria in at least 6 states.
Yes, 6 states.
From Kebbi in the northwest to Yobe in the northeast. Extensive borders. Our border with Chad is not really extensive, but with Niger is very extensive. Now, the drills that we used to do together, the patrols that we used to do together, we can no longer do. And terrorists come into Nigeria through Niger Republic. Terrorists bring weapons into our country from the black markets in Libya. They come through Niger Republic and Chad, in some cases, into our country. Okay. Sometimes through the waterways in Kebbi State, they bring weapons into our country. You know, Kebbi shares border with the Niger Republic. So, unless we work together with these people, we will not be able to stop the influx of illicit weapons into our country. We will not be able to defeat the terrorists resoundingly because we need these countries to work with us. So that is the problem. And unfortunately, the Sahelian states, we have crises here and there, Burkina Faso, Mali, you know, and bad people are moving in from those countries into Nigeria. Lakurawa used to be in Mali. Now they came into Nigeria, of course, again through Niger Republic. So we really need those countries, and I hope that diplomats can find a way to convince them to come back to the fold. Nobody is saying they must remain with France, but we need to work together as ECOWAS. All right, then.
Another issue we need to work on is our porous borders. The government really needs to do something. But anyway, thank you so much, BKO, for your submission. Appreciate you as always. Thank you so much for joining us on Journalist Hangout. Tony Waji, appreciate you as always.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you for coming. Charles.
Always
thank you so much for coming on Journalist Hangout. And I also want to say a big thank you to our production crew for doing an amazing job for us to have a beautiful show this beautiful Friday. And that's all on Journalist Hangout this week. You can watch the repeat broadcast of this episode tonight at 11. Join us on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for Journalist Hangout on Sunday. We are on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Benga Oreshegun. Bye for now. And God bless Nigeria.
Following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV.